nose while filming the fight. That fight scene.
No.
No what?
I just realized I didn't record on this.
Are you kidding me? Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Welcome to Movie Phone. I don't know if I want to say that.
Been a few weeks since we've done this, so we can't remember what the hell we call this. To Erin and Clinton's movie review. That's it.
Yes.
And we forgot to bring a shot down, so I know normally we start the show off. I know like our last 100 shows we started the show off with a shot, right?
Yes.
Our last 2 shows we started the show off with a shot, and we forgot it, so oh well. But welcome to Erin and Clinton's Movies Review. First thing I gotta say, as I always say, is spoiler alert! So whatever movie we do is gonna be spoiler alerts. If you don't want spoiler alert, go that way, or that way, or that way, or that way. Just don't...
Get off this...
Yeah, get off of this thing right here. So... Okay, so now what movie are we doing?
Gangs of New York.
I like that movie. I like that movie a lot. Of course, we didn't realize until, I think it was the end, either you told me or whatever, when the credits came up, or maybe you looked it up online, who was the main, was he the director, or?
He's a what's the thing called?
Harvey Weinstein is what we're getting at.
Yes.
Was one of the producers, probably.
Producers,
yeah,
yes.
Harvey Weinstein, and obviously, if you haven't been under a rock, you know there's a little bit of news with Harvey Weinstein lately and all that crap.
We try not to support.
So we don't really want to support him, but at the same time...
It's a good movie.
What are you going to do? Out of movies, when movies are made...
He's in a lot of movies, surprisingly. He has
produced
a bunch of movies that we like, and it's unfortunate.
And out of all the gazillions of people in every movie, there's going to be some jerks. I mean, you just can't... Hollywood is filled with a lot of filth, so if you want to not support it, you can't watch anything basically out of Hollywood. And, you know, so you kind of have to, unless it's just ridiculously... something where it's full of tons of people that are like that, you're going to run into it. So, what are you going to do? You know, so we watched it. It was a great movie, and we're going to talk about it.
All right. So it was Gangs of New York, like we said. It was released in December of 2002.
Jeez, doesn't seem like it was... Man, life goes by quick, doesn't it, people? Life goes by quick. It does not seem like it was that long ago.
No. The director was Martin Scorsese. And did you want to read some of the main actors? Well,
of course, one of my favorite actors of all time, I think I said it in the last video, was Daniel Day-Lewis. The dude is just, I believe he's a method actor, so he's one, if you don't know what that, if you're watching movie reviews, I'm sure you know what a method actor is, but that's basically someone that stays in character all the time. Even when they're off the set, when they go home, when they're walking around, they stay in character.
Until the movie is done.
Until the movie's done. So that's, talk about a commitment to acting. I actually heard, I think I told you that, I heard somewhere that Will Ferrell, for the movie Elf, tried method acting.
He did.
I think Artie Lang was talking about it, and it's like, that's not a very serious movie.
No.
I don't know if we had to stay so serious.
In characters in Elf, the whole, that seems a little...
So Artie said they'd be like in the trailer, and you know, during takes and stuff, and Will Ferrell would walk by like, "Hi, Artie!" Like all this character, and he's like, "Okay, hey, Will." You know,
that's fun.
So so some movies I can see why you do it, other movies I don't quite get. No. But and then yeah, he's been in lots of movies, and he's one of our at least he's one of your favorite actors. You like
definitely top 5.
Yeah, he's amazing. And, who else was in it?
Leonardo DiCaprio,
of course.
Carmen Diaz.
Oh yeah.
Liam Neeson played a small part, but I mean he's worth mentioning
still
because he's
character.
one of my favorites too.
Yeah, he is too. Yeah, definitely. He had a special set of skills in this movie.
He did, actually.
He has a special set of skills in every movie, it seems like.
He might have died in this movie, but he kicked some butt before he did it, so...
If you say might, is it still a spoiler alert? I don't know. Anyways.
That just confused me. And then there's 2 actors that aren't super famous, but they were in the top 6 of the people that were supposed to be mentioned. Jim Broadbent. He's been in a lot of things, I guess, but I don't recognize him.
He's kind of like one of those guys when you talk about him, you don't know, and then if you show a picture of him, you're like, oh yeah, I think I've seen him in movies.
And he looks different in almost every movie, so it's like, oh, that's him? Okay.
Same with the next dude.
And then Brandon Gleeson. Brendan, sorry, Brendan.
Sorry, Brendan. I'm sure you're watching this right now and you're super pissed.
You probably will. I don't know. You never know.
Sorry, forgive us, Brendan. Our good old buddy Brendan, he watches us all the time. Sorry about that.
He's a pal.
I don't know how we messed up your name since we're such good friends.
I'm horrible with names. That's why.
And Brendan, listen, he's the type of guy also that's been in a lot of movies. Yes. You don't think that you see him, but
he plays in every kind of movie,
and he's always really good. He seems to, maybe he really is Irish. I don't know, but he always seems to have that kind of. Oh, he's not.
No.
Because he seems to always do He's always doing an Irish accent. I don't know, but he does an Irish accent very well, I should say.
He does a lot of accents very well.
Yeah.
That's actually his thing. Is I think he's British or something. He's actually.
But he's one of those underrated actors. I don't think he gets enough recognition. But
he
every
never
time
plays like a main character. He's always like a secondary. But he's.
Whenever I see him, he's really good. Yeah.
All right. So do you want to talk about the plot?
The plot. You want me just to read what you wrote?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So the plot. The movie is set around a young man named Amsterdam Vallon, a son of an Irish immigrant priest Vallon, who was killed during a battle of 5 Points territory, which is actually a real territory.
Real place.
And that's what they do with this movie. They mix a lot of, obviously it's they take it further on a lot of things, exaggerate things,
and make it fiction.
To make it exciting. But there's a lot of good things about it. Amsterdam seeks revenge for the murder of his father against William the Butcher, which is Daniel Day-Lewis's character. Mm-hmm. The dude is just such an awesome actor. To me, I know Leonardo's probably considered the main character, but
he was the second
okay.
listed. So it was
because it should be because he carried this movie, man. Daniel Day-Lewis carried this movie. And you feel his character when you watch him, man. You're like almost afraid of him just watching
him.
But,
for sure.
Let's see. For the murder of his father against William the Butcher Cutting. The Butcher Cutting. Come on. The
How
Butcher
could you
Cutting.
go
a little on the nose there.
Well, he was
guys.
an actual butcher, so.
Was his real name Cutting, I wonder?
No, not the real guy.
An anti-immigrant gang leader. He becomes close to Cutting and finds himself with the dilemma of respecting Cutting whilst I love that word, while still wanting to avenge his father. As Amsterdam's journey evolves, the Civil War is becoming more and more part of New York. Both Amsterdam and Cutting become involved with political leaders to help their own personal gains.
Sounds so good. I want to watch it.
And you go over your favorite moment since mine's
yours is
there.
blank. Well, I didn't get to talk to you.
You didn't tell me ahead of time to come up with my favorite moment, so my favorite moment was blank.
I was going to give you a moment to think about it.
I'll think of it while you say your favorite moment.
Okay, mine is the fighting scene between Amsterdam and McGloin, the bald guy. I just love that moment where they're like, they talk smack to each other and then they just stop and they stare at each other for like a full 30 seconds. It's just like nothing. They're just staring at each other and all of a sudden they just at the same time just pull their coats off like they're getting ready. And I love this. I love how they fight like this.
What is up with that? Old school, it's always like this. Come on.
Somehow this is better than this. I don't know, but I love this.
This is how you box a kangaroo, it feels like.
Yes. It's my favorite. This is so cool.
It's like, you're going to fight someone like this, they come with a roundhouse, you're done. It's like, come on, why'd you swing that way?
I can't swing that way.
I thought you were going to swing forward. What's going on here?
There's rules to this fighting.
Okay, body blow. All right.
So that's my favorite scene is when they just start brawling and I just love that. Just like they're just rounding each other like the whole thing and it's just the funniest scene to me. I think that's like the only funny scene in the whole time.
Yeah, there's a few little ones here and there, but
small jokes. It's a pretty serious movie.
I don't know. I don't know if I have a necessarily favorite scene. I mean, just any scene with the butcher, with Daniel Day-Lewis, he's just so intense, man. I guess when he starts kind of cutting the pig up, showing him how to stab her, that's kind of a gruesome scene. But he's just so serious about it, and intense about it, and that's and this is not part of the favorite scene. Well, that's my favorite scene. Okay, good enough. But they're all so sweaty and just dirty. It's
his hair is so greasy.
It's obviously they weren't taking tons of showers back then.
They're throwing their poop out the window.
Yeah, I don't think they had indoor plumbing like we do nowadays. But you do get the feeling while you're watching, you feel like you want to take a shower. It's like a grungy feel, and unlike how we look now. See, it was kind of our date night. We were able to watch a movie for once without our son bothering us. Bothering, that's such a horrible word.
Don't say
I'm sorry, not bothering. I'm sorry, Elias. Not bothering, but being in our hair and bothering us. And so no. But how anyone with kids knows how it is. You love them to death, but
there's those moments where it's
there's just sometimes you just need a moment to yourself.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's not easy,
It's nice to breathe a little bit.
Nice to get a little bit of breath, but you wouldn't change anything. Every moment with him is awesome.
Talk adult talk.
And that's my thing. Not be so worried about maybe accidentally saying a swear word or being able to say. I mean, what did we say the other day? We said
stupid.
Stupid isn't like. We said douche the other day, which now he knows it because he started saying it. We're like, you can't say it's a bad word. So now we say douche. He gets on us about it. But he came to me and heard it and said, "Dada, you're a douche," because he heard her call me that.
Because I called him a douche.
So it's hard. You got to try to be careful how you talk in front of your kids. So anyways, we had a date night and while you're watching the whole movie, you just feel like grungy. You want to take a shower, but that's how we look nice for a nice. We try to dress somewhat like the characters. We obviously we're gonna go pay a bunch of money for the old time
old-timey costumes.
Yeah, timey costume, so.
I don't know, I can't even describe what it was.
So I guess this is about as close as I can get, and this is as close as you can get. But we look nice, right? Right? Come on, give us a little love. All right. So what are we talking about? Fun facts?
Yeah, let's do some fun facts.
All right.
Okay, so I just pulled a bunch, but I'll just read just a few. The first one is the movie was nominated for 10 Academy Awards and didn't win any.
That's ridiculous.
I know.
How did it? Oh my gosh.
They
10,
won.
first of all, 10 is that shows how good the movie was. It got that. Well, I shouldn't say it shows that the whole Academy, that whole award. It's just a whole.
There's
nightmare.
a whole. It's all inner circle.
Yeah, it has to do with a lot of other crap.
Mm-hmm.
But for argument's sake, 10 nominations proves that it's a pretty darn good movie, and not to win any. That's surprising.
I know.
I'm really surprised about that.
It's his nose while filming the fight.
No.
That fight scene.
No.
No what?
I just realized I didn't record on this.
Are you kidding me? I'm so bad right now. My nose is ready.
That's how bad you are? Your nose
Yes.
is ready? I mean, this still picks up sound too. We could just try to finish and see how it comes out.
Okay.
Alright, so we'll probably leave this part in to show how stupid I am. I got my sound setting to record through our microphones because obviously this sounds much better so you can hear us better. I know the camera picks up sound as well, so if this sounds really low and it's off and not as good as the last 100 videos we did, you'll know why. Oh my god, I'm such a dork. I just looked at, I was checking the levels as you were talking and I go,
and there's no lines.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, why is there no lines going right there? Because I didn't hit record.
Do you want to hit record now and just try and...
We'll try to save it maybe?
Yeah, see if you can add it.
Yeah.
Just make it like so at least the last bit of our thing isn't so crappy.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so hopefully the sound's a little better now. Sorry about that.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Okay, anyway.
So where did we leave off?
We did he broke his nose. He accidentally broke his nose during the fight, one of the fight scenes.
Oh, he really broke it?
He really broke it.
Oh, wow.
But Daniel Day-Lewis, in being a method actor, he continued with the scene while his nose was broken.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I broke my nose before when I was young. I was going up our little terraces in front of our house, and they're like, go like this, cement, tripped and fell, and literally, bam, hit it like that. I mean, hit the cement like that. My hands were like this, but because of the way it went up, they didn't catch myself in time and hit it there, and then got stitches all up here. It was the most, I've hurt myself a lot in life, but that was the most pain I've ever been with when I broke my nose.
Your uncle had to
And then my uncle, who's an ear, nose, and throat doctor, when he corrected it, they'd stick like these scissors that when you squeeze go the opposite way, and they and it took my phone, moved it back over, and I was like, and they line it up so it's all straight. And man, oh man.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, that actually hurt worse than when I broke it. Was getting it straightened again, and it's still got a bump here from that. You can't be perfect, but yeah, that was a lot of
Well, you can
pain.
get a nose job.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, it's worth it. Worth it.
She's been hitting a long time. She's like, your nose, God.
Oh my gosh, my nose is huge.
She didn't know it's straight. Everyone's
It's straight, but
everyone's staring at our noses.
Yeah,
So all right, let's do the rest of the video like this now. So anyways, yeah.
Anyway, okay. So let's see. Let's do one more. The simulated to simulate Bill the Butcher's fake eye, Daniel Day-Lewis had his own eyeball covered in prosthetic glass. You know, he had that little thing in his eye?
He taps it a little bit with the knife, yeah.
He learned to tap his fake eye with the tip of a knife without blinking.
Oh my god.
That was a real scene when he went. He
How
actually
in the
he
world?
did that. He put a prosthetic in his eye.
So you could still see through it, but
Yes.
it was actually, man, dude. And he didn't win a nomination. I mean, he didn't win an Academy Award for that.
No.
Come on.
That's why I wanted to mention that to you because I know he's one of your faves and how good of an actor he is. I mean, he went to that length.
They should have had another category just for that, brass balls, and he should have won that one because that takes some balls to do that, dude.
Seriously.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah. Let's see. So I mean, I could do more, but let's move on to maybe something.
Yeah, we talk a lot already.
Yeah. So I can do some. I'm sorry, I keep slapping my mouth. Historical facts. Let's see. Charles Dickens called The Neighborhood of 5 Points a world of vice and misery from 1842. Like it was just that bad there.
If you watch the movie, and if it's halfway true to how it was, that's a proper statement right there.
Yeah. And
The Dead Rabbits.
The Dead Rabbits, yeah. The Dead Rabbits were a real gang in New York. The name Rabbit is, it's Gaelic for rilbet, I don't know. it means man to be feared, and then dead is slang for very. So, dead rabbits means a man to be greatly feared.
Wow.
So it was a real thing. They were a real gang. The other real gangs that were also mentioned in the movies were the Bowery Boys, the 40 Thieves, and there were a couple others, but I don't remember.
There was a few on there, and it's funny how they did like the red and blue, kind of like the blood and Crips things.
That's the thing about the movie. I just like now to kind of talk more personally about the movie is I wasn't such a fan of it because I felt like it kind of it made it too hokey for me. It was like the movie, it definitely hit on real parts of the whole situation, but just how they dressed and I mean the war scenes and everything, it was just very
they made it a little bit too much like they were trying to
too Hollywood,
trying to tie it into how kind of now gay gangs wear these colors and this and that.
Yes.
And who's to say that maybe they didn't do that to identify themselves back then, but there was a little bit of hokiness to it that seemed unreal. And obviously you have to be a historian to know how accurate it was, but I know Scorsese is big on trying to keep things accurate, but there was some part of Hollywood.
He played that one up a little bit more. It's not like the other movies where he really tried to make it more part of the era and everything. Like what's that one that he did with the gang and the mob in Vegas?
Oh, Casino? Did he do Casino?
No, that was the other one. Either way, he likes to do more historical movies, and he tends to really try to stick to it. And the funny thing is he actually brought in a historian to hit on like actual things that happened in 5 Points, and even the historian was noted to say that Scorsese knew even more about 5 Points than he did.
Oh, wow.
But he chose to go more of a creative way versus
stick to
the real thing about it, because I think he thought it would be just a little bit more boring if he stuck to the real thing and not played it up a little bit more. Because even the historian said 5 Points wasn't actually that bad when it came to gangs. Like the Dead Rabbits and all of them, they were a political group. They weren't.
We want to read. Yeah. I was just seeing that while you were talking. Number 5 there.
Number 5, yeah. It says according to the historian Ann Bender.
Well, that's a name.
Yeah, that's his last name. The Dead Rabbits and the Bowery Brothers were political clubs that met on nights and weekends to promote their candidates. They would fight at the polls and sometimes beat up their opponents, but not just for fun or plunder.
Like usual. Not just for fun like how most people do. But
just go out of my way to beat somebody up because it's fun.
What he's trying to say is that they were good people. They had character. They wouldn't do it just for fun. I mean, they had a reason why they beat up these people. Come on, they're not animals or savages here, people.
Oh, I want to read you this one. This one's just interesting because of your conspiracy theory mind. Pieces of artifacts were unearthed that were used in 5 Points during the construction of the federal courthouse. That was a big part of that movie, is they were trying to build the courthouse, or even they said it in the movie, like, well, you know what this place needs? A courthouse.
Right, yeah.
So they really brought that up, and they said they were then housed in the World Trade Center. Nearly the whole collection was destroyed during 9/11.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I knew it!
That's why they did it!
Just kidding.
They wanted to destroy the 5 Points.
That proves it! Like, what does that prove?
It was like cups and
I don't know, but it proves it!
It was like cups and utensils and hairbrushes, like just normal, everyday average stuff. Yeah, but it was housed there, and then it was all completely
That's weird.
gone.
Big buildings, I guess. That's weird that they would house them there, but I guess it's so close to that's where the whole 5 Points area is, so.
Yeah, maybe that's why. I don't think they were on display for viewing or anything, but they just had them there, so. But yeah.
Well, good. So, does that sum up all our notes pretty much?
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So let's see. Out of what do? We do 5, a scale of 5. We'll do out of 5 dead rabbits.
Yeah.
How many dead rabbits would you give it?
I'll give it 3.
3?
Mm-hmm. I just don't feel, like I said, the hokiness of it, the kind of like too creative and not too historical. I think they just kind of
historically accurate enough.
Yeah. It just kind of pulled me out a few times.
I think I'm gonna agree. I think I'm gonna go with 3. I'm tempted to go with 4 just because Daniel Day-Lewis kicks it up to a 4 almost. Oh God! Just kidding.
I've been wanting to cough for like 5 minutes.
Daniel Day-Lewis, I'd say almost kicks up to a 4, just him alone. But you got to take her the overall movie. Definitely recommend seeing it. Definitely a good movie. You know, it's not one I'd watch over and over again. I'd probably watch it again in 10 years or something like that. But
be prepared for a very long night. Though.
Yeah,
it is long.
So yeah, I agree. I think 3 out of 5 Dead Rabbits.
Agree. Oh my gosh.
You're a little bit of a tougher critic, I think.
I kind of am because I watch, I think, a lot.
She's watched more movies than I have. Yeah. It'd be like I'd be better at rating video games because I play a lot more.
And I don't play any, so that's how that
You play Monopoly with me sometimes. Okay, so good. Yeah, I think that was it. So yeah, we it's a recommendation. No, we haven't had a 2 yet. Now we're picking movies that we've mostly seen. The next movie review on the next video will be Split, which is a movie that we had not seen before. This is the first time seen. So I think this will be the first movie that we're reviewing.
Both saw for the first time.
Yeah, it's the first time we actually saw the movie.
M. Night Shyamalan.
And Shyamalama Ding Dong.
Don't say that.
Don't say that. Don't say that, you douche.
He's a good director.
No, I just gotta say Shyamalama Ding Dong. He's a great director.
What if he ever watches this and you're going to be making fun of his name? That's not funny.
You said that so fast, I understood that's not funny, but that's not funny.
I'm proud of myself for saying that fast.
I'm proud of you too.
Quickly.
You're like Eminem.
I never talk that quick.
So yeah, I guess that was good. So that was it. We're glad you guys joined us. Sorry we didn't have our little cha-ching, but
maybe next time.
Maybe next time, probably not, because I think we're gonna go right to our next movie review right after this. So we'll probably just change our shirt or something, and then or
change
maybe.
Her shirt.
Well, she's all dressed up, so I could change my shirt real easy. She'll probably stay like that.
No,
Oh, are you?
I'm gonna change my shirt.
Okay.
Seriously?
Right. Well, hey, I don't mind you staying in that.
Yeah, don't even go
You know
there.
what I'm saying?
Stop it.
But yeah, thanks for joining us, you guys. See us on the next one. Be sure to subscribe and like and leave a comment and all the stuff everyone always tells you to do. Right? I like to point this way because it makes no sense. Everyone always points that way because it makes sense. You know, I like to go against the grain. So leave a comment, subscribe.
Don't confuse people.
And then,
go that way.
You know, people that for the first time using YouTube are like looking up here. They just X out like, oh well. So yeah, I just lost a subscriber because I'm an idiot.
He thinks he's funny, but his jokes don't make sense sometimes.
They look good though. They look good here. Yes. All right. So anyways, we're off to church. All right. Love you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.